So you've obviously heard there's a game tomorrow. Who's playing? Oh yes, Algeria are playing Angola. Here we go once again. I'm really worried now. But I'm getting a bit scared, getting a little bit shaky, you know what I mean? Like, when you think about what happened last time and the excitement of going into the tournament as champions, and it kicks off and we played Sierra Leone in that opening game. We drew 0-0. And let's be honest, it was always going to go downhill from there. We just didn't want to think it. You think back to the highs of 2019 beating Kenya in that opening game, you know, Baghdad scoring in the first game, that run from Yusuf Atal, Mahrez scoring in that game as well, I think. So listen, we need something to cheer about. We still haven't won an AFCON game since the final against Senegal, so we're going to need to rectify that if we're going to want to win another tournament, aren't we? So Algeria play Angola on Monday evening, and you guys might think it's going to be easy, it's going to be a roll in the park. Not for me. Remember Sierra Leone, remember Equatorial Guinea and all that sort of stuff. By the way, should we talk about Equatorial Guinea today? They've drawn 1-1 to Nigeria, and I want to give them a lot of credit. And we keep saying, you know, we lost to them and we should never have lost to them and they're a poor side. And can we just start to appreciate they might actually be a bloody decent side? I mean, let's not forget, after beating us, they went on to finish second. They beat Mali and they made the quarterfinals and they lost to the champion. So they're an okay side. Maybe we're just disrespecting Equatorial Guinea. And they're not as bad as everyone makes out. Even in those World Cup qualifying games, the ones for the World Cup in 2026, I think they've won the first 2 out of 2. So they're no mugs. And speaking of mugs, Salvador, not with pink hair, with black hair this time, scored to put them 1-0 up against Nigeria. Osimhen with the instant reply. They've drawn their game 1-1, and you have to say, Nigeria, interesting one. Are they going to feel like they should have really won by 4 or 5? They created more than enough chances to win the game. I thought Awano had an exceptional game in goal, but Osimhen, I know he scored. The so-called best player in Africa missed 2 absolute sitters. Let's be honest, Nigeria should have won the game, but some of the chances Osimhen missed was inexcusable. And because Osimhen is Osimhen, you probably won't get the scrutiny maybe other strikers would have got for missing those chances. And particularly the one later on when he didn't even hit the target. I think Awano got in his head a little bit with some of the saves he was making. But Nigeria have to play Ivory Coast in game 2. If they were losing to the hosts, which is not impossible, they'll have 1 point from 2, and all of a sudden Nigeria could face an early exit. So what I'm trying to say is there's no easy game at this tournament, hence why Algeria should tread with caution against Angola. So speaking of that game, playing in Monday night in Bouake, of course, a stadium where Belmadi is happy with, not just the stadium, but the facilities and the pitch and all that goes with it. He's happy with it. And the good news for us is that, well, I think it's good news, is that it's an 8 o'clock kickoff. It's very, very hot. In the press conference, Mahrez likened the climate to Saudi Arabia. Luckily, we're going to be playing in the evening game when it's cooler than the daytime. In fact, 2 of our group games are actually evening kickoffs, thankfully. So you could see with some of the earlier kickoffs, they're having drinks breaks, cooling breaks. It's very hot, 32, 33, 30, 35 degrees in some of the early games. So it's a big, big plus that we're playing the evening game. And of course, that's also a big plus for Angola as well. So let's not forget that. What can we expect from this game? Well, Algeria come into this game with Mohamed Amora unavailable due to yellow cards picked up in the qualification. What are we going to see from our point of view from Jamal Belmadi? We know we're going to see Mandrea in goal. We know if everyone's fit, it's going to be Ait-Nouri, it's going to be Ben Sebaini, it's going to be Mandy, it's going to be Yusuf Atal playing his first competitive game, since I think one of the qualifiers we had last year. He's not played any club football. I know he's played the friendlies, like Benassa, but this is a step up. Angola are here, and we're playing them because they've qualified. They have the right to be here. They've beaten teams to be here. You know, they got out of that group with Ghana and Central African Republic. So let's give them some respect. Let's not treat them like no mugs. They're here, and they want to go through as well. There's points on the line to fight for. If Algeria want to be taken seriously, if we want to be taken like a team that can go all the way, we have to win this game. If we don't win this game, draw or lose, right, we're going to go into that Burkina Faso game with all sorts of pressure, and you don't know what can happen after that. Win the game, you're basically into the second round, because worst case, you come third. Win the game, and then breed confidence in that squad. We've got to score early, because the longer it goes on, you see that Sierra Leone game, remember that chance Ben Rama missed late on, The longer it goes on, the more you think it's not your day. And you see that with Nigeria against Equatorial Guinea. The chances Osimhen was missing, and you started to feel like, apart from the last couple of minutes, Nigeria played all night, they weren't going to win the game by hook or by crook. So, let's see how this game goes. So, I think Benassa's okay to play. Bentala Borzaruki, we think he's going to go Bentala. Shaibi or Awar. Awar is perhaps not fully fit. We've seen him with a couple of substitute appearances. Remember, he came into the squad with a slight knock. We think it's going to be Bentala and Shaibi in front of Benassa. We think it's going to be Morris on the right. I think that's pretty much dead certain. He spoke in the press conference. He said, I'm not interested in individual awards, which I thought was very interesting. He's here to win this cup. It's a team effort. Up front, obviously Guiri out, Amora out. It's going to be Slimani or Baghdad. Who's he going to go for? I think that's a tighter call than people think. Slimani, 35. Can he run at that very tight Angola defence? Look at Angola's recent results, right? I think they drew like 4 of the last 5 games. They've drawn 0-0. Yes, they haven't scored. They're very tight at the back. They've got a lot of players from Portuguese roots, but like we do when players are born abroad and switch and stuff like that. Look at their form. They're not an easy team to score against. They drew to Congo a couple of times. Again, they drew to Mauritius, but still, they've kept it tight at the back. So they don't let in many goals. Dribbling is going to be important in this game. Not sure if it's going to be Slim or Baghdad. Similarly, on the left, big options. Can you put Shaibi there? I don't think he'll go down that route. I think for this game, it's a shootout. Either Adam Nurse plays on the left, and I really hope this guy gets to start a key game, or does he go for Belmadi straight back in out of nowhere, starting an AFCON game? Wow, that would be a massive call. Obviously, people like Ben Rama and Brahimi are not in the squad, so there's some tight calls. It's Bentala Zarouki, it's Shaibi Awar, it's Slim or Baghdad, it's Belmadi or Adam Nurse, and I think the other 7 pick themselves. We'll wait and see. And of course, if this team wins, I suspect Amora comes in for whoever, and the rest stay the same for Burkina. But let's see how we get on against Angola, who are missing some key players, likes of Helder Costa and Luca João, not in the squad for Angola. Look out for the strikers. There's some interesting forwards there. There's Nzola, who's been good. There's Gelson Dala, who came through the academy system at Sporting Lisbon. There's Jeremy Bowler, who's been at Birmingham. There's some okay players there. We've seen some other players in the lower leagues in England play. We see Guinea-Bissau with a couple as well. So I don't think it's going to be an easy game. I think we're going to win the game 1-0 or 2-0. It's going to be like that. We're not going to rock up and thrash 4 or 5. I'd love that, but I can't see it. I'd love to be proved wrong about that as well. But I just think Angola are known defensively. Probably Neblu in goal. They've got some good players there in the back, but can't afford to give them chances. And the problem with playing the likes of Togo and Burundi as the friendlies is defensively we weren't really tested. This is going to be a bit of a wake-up call. But if we can win this game, hopefully, inshallah, we can get off to a good start and build that momentum and that confidence. People say, let's win it, let's win it. You take it one game at a time. And that first game is playing against Angola and getting the job done. Okay? So, it's going to be hot. It's not going to be easy. But I think we've got enough there to overcome what Angola will bring down. Remember the last time we played Angola in a group stage, 2010 in Angola, and we drew that game 0-0. And we went through off the back of that. So, hopefully, all signs point to 0-0. I can't lie, considering Angola's form and our form in the group stage recently. But we can't draw the opening game 0-0 again. The last AFCON, we scored 1 goal in 3 group games, and that was bloody Bundubka, who ain't even here. So I hope the lads can get off to a good start. Let me know what you're expecting between Algeria and Angola in the comments down below. Whew, let's do it. AFCON's back. Can we do it? Can we get a win? Can we get a win? We just got to win 1 game, and that's it. I'm done. We've already had a better tournament than last time. So you never know with us. But Belmadi said we're here to win. We're here to please the people. We know what the fans are about. The pitch is much better than last time. The facilities are much better. They literally cross-run road to get from the hotel to the bloody stadium. There are no excuses here. Hopefully our fans will make their voices heard. Let's get the job done. I'd love Morris. Morris, was he hinting in that press conference as he'll retire from international duty if he was to win this cup? There's got to be lots of hidden agendas in that dressing room. But hopefully we're going to get this win. We just get the first goal against Angola. I don't think we're going to concede. I think the hardest thing will be getting the breakthrough. Ivory Coast got the breakthrough early. Look, never in doubt. Get that breakthrough. Angola have to come out a little bit. We can punish them again. When it's 0-0, that's when it's touchy. Not necessarily to lose the game, but for it to stay 0-0, as happened against Sierra Leone last time out. So Algeria, Angola on Monday night. Hopefully I'll see you guys after the game. Let me know what you think is going to happen down below. I'll see you next time.